according to the game plan when Vijender executed the range control.
Yeah, he did. In the first, the game plan was Vijender to go out there in the first round, control the pace of the fight, control the distance, and control the ring basically, like dictate everything in the ring. After round one, he came back. I was happy. He was happy. He was able to see Zulpikar's punches coming, as you could see. Like we were just discussing there, he would take a step back and Zulpikar would fall short. After 2 or 3 rounds, if he was watching closely, you could see Zulpikar becoming frustrated. You could see that, you know, he was throwing. Vijender was landing now. The right hand, he was landing left hooks. He was turning, and it was like Zulpikar was frustrated. Like he wasn't able to land nothing. In the 4th and the 5th, I noticed Vijender land hard shots. 4th round. So I told Vijender, keep boxing, stay with your left arm, keep doing what you're doing with the jab, touch you in, measuring in with the front hand and keep that step back. That step back was killing Zulpikar. When Vijender would take a step back, feint, take a step back, he was missed every single time. Obviously, like I said, what would go on with the low blows, we all saw a lot of that stuff going on. But it's a fight. I just want Vijender to not frustrated and keep doing what he's doing. But he did start to look for the big right hand, and he was throwing it from too far away. Zulpikar was landing because he was throwing the jab. If Zulpikar would have threw his backhand, Vijender would have had more success with his own backhand. His own. But what was happening was Zulpikar was leading with his jab, and the jab was connecting with V. And I was telling Vijender to do what he was doing in the beginning, behind his own front hand, and then take that little step back and catch Zulpikar when he misses. So, but like I say, it's a fight. So he made mistakes. Boxing is about, you know, learning from what mistakes you make. Is about progression. And he showed a lot of things in there tonight. You know, he got hit with some solid shots, body and head, and he showed he could take a punch. He showed he's got the will to win. He was getting hit. The low blows went in, back of the head shots went in, head clashes. It was a real fight in the last 3 or 4 rounds, and he showed that he's got that. You know, it's not just a game to him. He's serious. He's got 2 belts now, and he's pushing forward for India. So it's like it's a big thing for him, big deal. So I'm very pleased. When he boxed the game plan, he was perfect. You know, he got frustrated a little bit and made some mistakes. He knows he made mistakes, but that's boxing. You know, at the end of the day, we just speak, go back to have a rest. You can have a rest, go back to the gym and move forward.
Right, and as the fight progressed, as you said in the initial rounds, you had Zulpikar kind of measuring the distance and keeping on the outside while working with his jabs. Do you think as the fight progressed, because Zulpikar, his footwork was pretty good, you know, it kept improving. He kept moving his right foot in the line of Vijender's left foot and connecting from
Whose footwork? No, Zulpikar's footwork improved because Vijender held himself.
Yeah, so
if Vijender would have kept with his front hand, his jab, and his left arm, and kept the distance with that, Zulpikar would have had nothing the whole fight.
Right. So as I said, you know, his footwork kept improving as the rounds progressed. So when you went into the 5th and 6th round, that's kind of where Vijender, you know, shifted his game plan. Did you have something to say to Vijender at that point?
No, I just wanted him to. Vijender felt. Vijender never felt no power from him.
Okay.
So we thought Zulpikar was a strong fighter. He trained for hard 10 rounds, and in the first 2 rounds, Vijender didn't feel power from him.
Right.
So, in my opinion, what I thought might have been in Vijender's head at that time was he wanted to try go for the knockout because of the crowd. He's at home in India, and I was encouraging him to keep boxing, just be the smarter fighter. The crowd enjoy any punch lands. The crowd enjoy it, but at the end of the day, it's about winning, you know. And he won an exciting fight. But I think Vijender was maybe looking to sit down a little bit more on his punches and you know, make a bit more of an impact with them shots. So I wanted him to just box. So it could have been a little bit of that. I'm not sure. I'll speak to Vijender when we sit down. He said, he said to me when we sat down before, he said I just made a few mistakes, coach. But that's what I think was in his mindset. I think his mindset was that he didn't feel power from Zulpikar, so he wanted to hold his feet a little bit more. But I didn't want that. I wanted him to keep boxing and keep outsmarting him with the skill.
Right, and I just asked Vijender who is part with going into the fight. So can you just tell us who the people that you brought in?
Well, there's a couple of guys like name names like obviously I had my own fighter Jimmy Kelly Jr. He fought for world title. Right. He's a switch hitter. He fights southpaw, very good puncher. tall, strong fighter. So he sparred him. He sparred with a couple of amateur kids that was big, strong, like cruiserweight, light heavyweights. Many rounds, like 10 rounds and 12 rounds one day. They were much stronger than V, bigger than V. The weight against him, and if Vijender, had it hard in the gym. He had it hard in the gym.
And even before doing the press conference, you told me about the scorecards, the 95, 94. You not agreeing with those scorecards. So can you dwell a bit on what the? I wouldn't
say I wouldn't agree with him. The right fighter won. Vijender was the winner that night. Right. I just thought with the low blows, even without the low blows, I thought that Vijender won it 7 rounds to 3, maybe 6-4. But there was low blows, so it was a wider cut. And there should have been more points taken off. But 95, 94, like with a point taken off, no chance.
Right. And when Zulpikar had that flurry going on in the 9th round.
Look, every round that we talk about with Zulpikar was the late rounds. It was like 3 rounds at the end. And he didn't win all in 3 rounds. I think it was round 8 or the last round. Vijender made him miss a lot.
Yeah, that was 8.
Yeah, so although Zulpikar was coming forward, Vijender was like a bull and matador where he would miss, Vijender would pull away and he would miss with shots. Vijender would land his own shots. Zulpikar was like effective in the 7th, I think it was the 7th, the 9th, and he did all right in the 10th, and the 6th round he did quite well in as well. But it was like really 3 rounds that was clear where he'd won. Vijender was still under a lot of pressure and a lot of fouls that were going on. He was still able to keep calm and box his way to a win and a second title.
Right. And when the second foul was committed, the first was just a warning, then 1 point was taken away, and then the third foul happened. So what was your conversation with the referee at that point?
I went mad at the referee because before the fight, low blow, if it says strict warning, then it's going to be a point. Right. Well, you've done the warning. You've done it again. Is it him low again? Is it hitting him in the hip roundabout? Referee's warning back at it. Right, now he pulls Vijender to the floor, hits Vijender floor, hits him low, point, takes a point. Now, after all the warnings, at what point do you, when the guy lands that low blow, the second low blow was much more low than the first one. That was, to me, was a straight point. They didn't need a what when. How can you stop a fight there? And do you understand what I'm saying? Like, for me, the second low blow was much cleaner. He hit Vijender low to really unsettle Vijender.
By that point, do you think because the referee had already taken 1 point before, do you think at that point the referee should have called the fight? Because that's what happens normally. The second warning is.
Well, that's probably why I didn't want to call a point, but he was probably like unsure at that point. But I mean, definitely, the least should have been a point.
Right. And
a last warning, last point, and he should have been strictly told, if you go here again, then I'm disqualifying you.
right.
So you give him a point and tell him any more, and I'm disqualifying you.
Right. And I don't want to put you, on the spot, but even during the clinches, the referee did not intervene most of the time. He just let the fighters figure that out. Do you think that is something that probably might improve or should improve going forward?
With who? With the Vijender? No, when the referee, when he's not like calling or he's what to be fair to the referee there, he's wanting the fighters to work the way out, So he's giving them every chance to, if they, like he said in the chain, if you're holding one hand and your other hand's free, then you can work. Do you know what I mean? So he's giving both fighters an opportunity to work their way out. So I wouldn't really complain about that. You know what I mean? It's both guys were missing with shots and they would come together and they would hold, and there's a lot of tiredness in there in the ring. But it was fought at such a pace, such a dramatic pace. But when they were coming on the inside, I won't. Some referees would have called break probably a bit earlier, but he's obviously wanting him to work the way out. If they got a hand free, they can work.
Now looking at the previous 3 fights of Vijender Singh, one was against an experienced boxer where he went through the decisions. One was a quick, wrap up in the 6th round. Then you have today's fight where
he beat Francis Checker, who's a very experienced fighter too.
Yeah, experienced fighter, but again, I'm just talking about the progression. Against Ho, then Checker, and now at the time when he was thrown into deep end, Vijender persevered.
But if you Kerry Holt, very experienced fighter at the later stage of his career, but he had more professional experience than Vijender. Perfect fight. Vijender dominated the fight. Francis Checker came to India with a lot of ambition, to thinking Vijender was going to be an easy target for him. He said, he was a great amateur, but he's professional, and Vijender destroyed him. Do you know what I mean? So today Zulpikar is undefeated. He's got his own nation behind him with China, and and you know, a lot of ambition. A young 23-year-old kid with ambition and a big, strong kid too. So Vijender beat an undefeated champion. So if you look at it that way, it's, you know, it's not easy to do. People question his age. People have questioned his age. They've questioned his ambition. Why is he in professional boxing? Is it just about money? Is it about this? Is it about this? But at the same time, you look at the fight today, you saw that he had the will to win. His desire to win. So if he didn't have that and it was a game and about money, then he wouldn't have been fighting the way he was at the end.
Right. Now, two final questions. One, I talked to Amir Khan last month, and he kind of said he could not talk about the next fight, but something was in the works. Then there was, about a lot of things on Twitter. Yeah, there was some hint that was dropped that it might be Vijender Singh. Any confirmations?
If I don't know anything, to be honest with you, but if the fight, I don't see the reason for the fight. If the fight happened, then I wouldn't. If Vijender mentions me, I wouldn't want Vijender to come below the weight he fights at.
Right. And the final question, because this is something that the world is talking about, Mayweather, McGregor, towards the end of the month. What do you make of this?
I think it's obviously it could be a fight that the whole world watches. It's, you know, it is. I do think it's great for boxing and fight sports. You know, it's bringing the public, crossover public as well, to the fight game of it's UFC or boxing. You know, the interest is going to be huge. But I think Floyd, when all said and done and on the bell rings, I think Floyd is going to be very dominant in the fight.
And yeah, so thank you once again. I'm just going to leave now.
Okay.
Yeah, first of all, we want to prop this Vijender's new brand. We'd like everyone to buy this because it's very good sportswear. Lee's wearing it too. Very good.
Ours are free.
Yeah, it's very good gear. Very good brand.
Thank you, sir.
Because the tension on the border is not good. Because I see on the social media, on the news, it's keep getting on and on. That's not good. So I just give this title to the people, to the peace, I think, because you know it's all about peace. It's all about India-China friendship. So Hindi Chini bye bye. I want to say one more thing. Like the fight is really good. I didn't expect that thing, and yes, it's take 10 rounds. कई बार Chinese माल ज़्यादा लंबा चल जाता है. I didn't know that, but it was amazing fight. It was really fun, and thank you Mumbaikar. Thank you all the Bollywood stars who coming here. Thank you Baba Ramdev, especially coming to for my fight. Thank you my team, RS, my promoters, everything. Thank you so much. टफ आप देख चुके हैं कितना टफ था. बहुत मजा आया, काफी खून बहा, लेकिन जीत हमारी हुई लास्ट में. So it was really nice. Yeah, you seen that like there's like 3 or 4 times he just hit below the belt, and that disturbed me of course, because that's not good. That was foul, and yes, but referee give him the warning, and that's not good. Yeah. जी हाँ, मैं बहुत पॉजिटिव इंसान हूँ. मैं कभी हार के बारे में नहीं सोचता. Yes, I am, because it's all about scoring. It's all about round to round, because it's a 10 round. Like first 6 round was so good, because my coach always saying that it's going to round, so just winning every round, and that's what we like doing with the fight. He gave me that cap, the cap. He said, like, I asked him for the cap, and he gave it to me, and I simply gave it to him, like take that belt. But I think he don't understand me. But he said it was a really nice fight, good fight. That's it.
Vijender was a low blows. You have enough time to recover.
It's painful, yeah, because it disturbs your game. Like you have like planning in your mind, but when you get that kind of below the belt punches, so that distracts your attention. So that's the only thing.
Coming into the fight, he was a southpaw. He has very good foot movement. So, आप किससे sparring कर रहे थे just to prepare for someone like him?
I sparring a lot of people, like especially for the southpaw guys in training. He is a young kid, he's a tough kid, but it's all about winning matches. So yeah, that's it.
first the fight started, Vijender got in control of the fight in the first round. The next 2 or 3 rounds, Vijender started to be more dominant, and then after about 5-6 rounds, he started looking for his right hand a little bit too much. So what he stayed with his lead hand, controlling the range and distance. And as you can see, when Vijender takes a step back, Zulpikar would fall short with all his work. So first 5-6 rounds, Vijender was quite dominant. Zulpikar was throwing low blows, there was a lot of shots going around the back of the head, trying to force Vijender to hold his feet. Vijender was the better boxer, so just made a few little mistakes, but that's boxing. It's all about winning, and Vijender was able to show a different side of himself today to get the win.
Question on punching power.
Sorry?
Sorry, question for both of you all actually on punching power. He's a young, very big super middleweight. So
he's a young ambitious champion at his own title, undefeated.
Was he one of the bigger punchers that you faced?
No. Vijender can punch too, but Vijender's a smart fighter. That's why the game plan was to control the ring. And Vijender did that early on. Zulpikar would go, like I said, go low, try and bring Vijender out of his game plan. But it's a 10-round fight, and the winner won. You know what I mean? And I was confident, Vijender was confident, and get more points taken off the further low blows. But at the end of the day, it's about winning and moving forward.
Also, the 9th round was kind of pivotal. The 9th round, the penultimate, was kind of pivotal because we saw the opponent kind of being the aggressor. So did those low blows kind of affect Vijender going into the deep end?
A couple of times when they would come together, southpaw orthodox fighters, what tends to happen is the heads come together too. The forehead would go into Vijender's face, you saw the nosebleed.
So the nosebleed was because of the headbutt?
No, not because of the headbutt, but there's a lot of head clashing going on, a lot of punches coming on the side of the head, 4 rounds long. It's a fight. Vijender, over 10 rounds deserved the win. He got the win, and he's got 2 belts to show for that now. It's not easy to what he's done, and he just defeated a young, heavily strong fighter in Zulpikar. So a lot of credit to Vijender.
And also Vijender had the reach advantage going into the fight. Did that kind of go in the same way that he had planned?
Yeah, like I said, the first couple of rounds, it was perfect to plan. The left hand was stepping back side to side. After 4 rounds, Vijender landed clean right hand. Zulpikar has got a strong chin. He's a young, strong fighter. He's never going to lay down tonight. I can see that at 4 or 5. I did want Vijender to keep doing what he was doing round by round. Like I said, a couple of low blows went in, and it obviously does hurt getting hit below the belt, and it unsettled me a little bit. But like I said, it's all about winning, and over the duration of 10 rounds, Vijender definitely won that fight.
And during the scorecards as well, 1 point was selected during the fight, and the major 2 scorecards were 95-94.
Yeah.
So did that, did you kind of think that the 1 point?
In my opinion, Vijender won the fight without the point, but they should have a further point for a low blow. I think it was the 8th or the 9th round, which is even worse than the first.
So I also wanted to ask you about that, because 1 warning was already given. Then you had another low blow.
That was what I was complaining to the referee after the 1 round, because it was like there was so many low blows going in after leg, and there was a lot of stuff going on. Vijender's trying to defend his head, his body, and his punches going into his legs. So the referee was, he was strong to the point, but we definitely should have a further point at least taken off.
Next plan we decided again, but I think this was expected. I was expecting a tough fight, and a 23-year-old fighter, from China. We had seen his fight, so it was expected that to go the distance, I think. But obviously, we were all encouraging that first 5 rounds, 6 rounds, and that was the whole mindset that we were getting. But this has been the toughest fight for Viju also, and I think this is a progression. We expect a top 5-6 ranking for Vijender. I think that is what from this fight, because Zulpikar also has a great record, and next, to be honest, has not been thought about, but obviously we want to go for another bigger fight. And discussion with Lee and John Joyce will take it to the next level very soon. बहुत अमेजिंग था, बहुत अच्छी थी, और स्पेशली मुंबई का इट वाज लाइक टैक्स शो, और स्पेशली बॉलीवुड का, स्पेशली सेंस ऑफ बॉलीवुड अमिताभ बच्चन विद फैमिली यहाँ पे, lot of amazing around the especially coming from Hardwar, Randeep Huda, Mumbai. There's a lot of people coming here. आप लोग आए, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to like one more announcement right now. Yeah, I just launching my brand. It's a Viju with you. I'm wearing my t-shirt and it's going to be online brand and it's going to be live on 15 August, right? With my friend, we joined this venture together. It's a Viju with you and it's going to be like casual and sportswear. So please buy this one. That's my logo, like with the boxing guard. And that's it, yeah.
Also, Vijender went all 10 rounds before with Kerry Hope. With Hope, he went all 10 rounds. This time around, he kind of slowed down as the rounds went on in the 9th and 10th. Do you think the aggression of his opponent kind of played a role in that?
No, like I said, when you're getting hit with all the belt, if I hit you once with the belt, I want to see you walk. Vijender had to defend himself against the head and the body, and he was being hit below the belt. Look, let's be honest, it was 2 clean blows below the belt. The second one was worse than the first one. He hit very low. He pulled Vijender down at one point, Vijender to the floor, and he hit Vijender on the floor. He was hitting Vijender in the thigh. If you're getting hit there, you're going to slow down.
And what did the referee say when you asked him?
He was hitting Vijender around the back. There's a lot of stuff around. It's a fight. Vijender never complained. It's a fight. Vijender didn't complain. He stayed in the fight and he basically sorted out the rounds and he did what he needed to do to win. He didn't complain. He didn't allow Zulpikar to offset him and get caught with a silly punch. You've got a 23-year-old young hungry fighter who's defeated, doesn't want to lose. Don't want to lose the belt. He's going to do anything. Vijender understands that. He's had so many fights. He knows that the opponent is going to do anything to win the fight.
Could you elaborate on your game plan? Could you elaborate on your game plan? Did you have to change it halfway through the fight?
I wanted Vijender to do what he was doing early on, just because, like I said, I seen after 4 rounds, Vijender landed some very, very hard clean shots, which Zulpikar felt, but it was strong kick, very strong kick, and a great chin. And I just wanted Vijender to make it simple, make it easier. Like I said, when you're getting hit below the belt,
In terms of the strategy, did you have to rethink your strategy halfway through the fight?
yeah, he was just trying to attack a few things. Vijender started looking for his right hand a little bit too much, but he was the much more skilled fighter. You can see when it was a boxing fight, without all the dirty stuff going on, Vijender was by far the better fighter. Just basically, once we got past 6 rounds, it was a down to pace of winning round by round, winning, he was having to have his whole lot, he was having to time up the inside. A lot of low blows going back, the headshots going in. He didn't show he emphasised himself today. He showed that he could get himself through those controversial rounds as well, and late in the fight.
बहुत बड़ा होगा because see that crowd का जो support था इतने सारे लोग आए थे स्टेज देखने के लिए अभी जो पुराने बॉक्सर हैं वो टर्न कर रहे हैं प्रो को सो बहुत अच्छा है बहुत कमाल का रिस्पॉन्स है तो नेक्स्ट टाइम में भी हम चेन्नई या कलकत्ता की हम देखेंगे इस बर्थडे का भी होगा so we want to promote this sports everywhere in this country.
As a coach, how do you feel when your guys go through a tough fight like this? I mean, at one point, naturally, you want a fight to be comparatively easy, but on the other hand, this kind of experience also kind of makes the fighter. Do you think you'll do something like that?
I didn't hear what you said.
I said, as a coach, as a coach, how do you feel when your guy goes through a fight like this? It's been a little dirty.
In the first 6 rounds, Vijender was dominant in the fight. There's a low blow gone in and a plant taken off. So Zulpikar obviously gone there below before the halfway mark. But as a boxing fight, Vijender was by far the better fighter. But it's not about showing experience. He's got experience. You look at all the amateur fights he's had. When he spars in the gym, some of them spars are not easy spars. He's having real wars in the gym, and he's prepared. He's a very, very tough fighter. So we know that he can do things. This is the first time that he'll go there and fight in a professional. We were comfortable knowing that he can go there. He's as you saw tonight. Also, what you saw tonight was based upon a lot of low blows, a lot of grounded punches and all that stuff.
Thank you all for coming.
One last thing. How do you analyze Vijender's progression as a pro fighter? How do you analyze Vijender's progression over the past few months?
Basically, he's had some fights, in my opinion, very, very good learning fights. He's fought some very experienced fighters, and he's beaten everybody that's put before him, including 2 very, very good southpaws with a lot of experience. And obviously, one of the southpaws, a champ in his own right, undefeated. It's not easy to do. He came here to take the gym showed, and he's ticked a lot of boxes already. He's got just a few fights, so Neerav obviously.
Thank you.